Well, hello there, you faithful few, and welcome back to DMS Adventures, where to see an idea through, there is a lot of work to do. Well, we put out a video last week of Rugged Mountain Mister being a young backpacker Bob, and I just thought I'd do a video on the amount of work that goes into something like this for only, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 minute video, whatever it ended up being. So we've been watching Crow since he was around 700 subs, and there's this guy that shows up on his channel every now and again named Backpacker Bob. Backpacker Bob's come out with a couple great videos all on his own, and one of those is the 5 ways to survive a bear attack. Well, Rugged Mountain Mister early on loved that video, and he loved to impersonate Backpacker Bob. So of course I got the idea at some point, wouldn't it be kind of funny if Rugged Mountain Mister played the role of a young Backpacker Bob? And since Backpacker Bob sometimes does some tall tales and such, I thought it might be good, funny, fun to do a Backpacker Bob flashback. So it is a Friday, and I am out and about trying to get this weekend going to do this video. I got to go pick up the Rugged Mountain siblings from some events they're doing. And one thing about living where we do is I don't have anywhere nearby really where I can simulate a temperate forest. So we're gonna have to drive someplace, and I've chosen the Lieber State Recreation Area where we've been once before. But one semi-difficult thing about trying to do something like this is wardrobe. Having the right clothes, to wear to be impersonating someone or to look like someone else. So my first stop today is Goodwill. I have found many a good outfit here at Goodwill, so we need to find a Backpacker Bob worthy vest type thing for Rugged Mountain Mister to wear. Rugged Mountain Mister is a 5 or 6, so let's see what we can find. Here's a good contender. Bright red isn't quite a Backpacker Bob color, but I plan on maybe doing this in black and white anyway. So this part's definitely right. The vest is definitely right. Might have to go with this one. It's certainly something a young Backpacker Bob might wear. You never know what you're gonna get in a Goodwill, so that's promising. There is one other Goodwill in the area that I might try if I have the time. Now, since we are doing it overnight and we're not gonna film in the dark and it's gonna be a little chilly, I need to get some firewood as well as some propane canisters for the heater. And since I'm always interested in saving big money,
Save big money at Menards.
we go to Menards. All right, so we just got done saving big money. Turns out someone's bringing the Rugged Mountain siblings to me, so I've got to get home. We got a game while we're driving that if you see a Tesla and call it out first, you get 1,000 points. All right, well, I got the Rugged Mountain siblings. Of course, first, we gotta stop and get some lunch. So I'm not sure when we're gonna do the filming, whether it'll be tonight or tomorrow. I actually don't have too much of a plan overall, but we're just kind of winging it and see how it goes. I have a feeling by the time we get to camp and get set up that there won't be enough daylight to do any shooting, which means we'll have to do it all in the morning. And that would give me the night to come up with an actual script or plan, maybe a shooting sequence or something like that. All right, we've got our nummies. And now I will see you at the campsite after this precision placed transition. And just like that, we are here. We're at the Lieber State Recreation Area, and this is gonna be our stand-in Michigan Upper Peninsula. As I feared, we are running out of daylight, so we probably won't be able to do any shooting tonight for the actual video, but we've got to get our tent set up. As far as shooting the video goes, I had to be mindful about which tent we brought because I didn't want anything that was easily recognizable to DMS Adventures like our Trekker 3. So we brought the Bear Creek 4, and we also have to be mindful about where we set it up, because it isn't just about setting up a good camp. The tent is actually going to be in the video. So we have to make a good choice about where to set it up so that it works best. Oh my gosh. Rocky Mountain sister just flings Mister around like a rag doll.
Here, let go, don't hold on.
So here's one of the risks you run in trying to shoot a video such as this in a place such as this. You've got very close neighbors with kids. So when we actually go to do our shooting, we'll have to do some audio magic. All right, time to get the campsite set up. As you can see, the sun is setting through the trees of the Upper Peninsula. All right, so we got camp set. Rocky Mountain Mister did get the fire going for us. And Rocky Mountain Sister, that was her first time putting up the Bear Creek 4. We got that up. We got it in a good spot over here for our video usage tomorrow. We'll be using this in the filming. And of course, we're going to be shooting out the back here. This is where young backpacker Bob will be hearing the noises coming from. And of course, someone's got a big old nasty trash bag back here that we'll have to deal with, try and get that out of the shot. Other than that, we got some pretty woods back here. Seriously? So I got the idea for this video way back in March at a YouTuber meetup. We got to talking. Just the idea came up. Rocky Mountain Mister loves watching Backpacker Bob and his silliness. Well, it turns out he does a pretty good impression of him. So I got this idea to do a young Backpacker Bob. So I reached out to Crow, told him the idea. He was all about it. He thought it would be pretty funny. And he recently sent us his portion of the video. So the way that worked was I just scripted out kind of what I wanted Crow to say as Backpacker Bob. And then at the time I wasn't particularly sure what or how we were going to do Rocky Mountain Mister's end of it. And I still yet haven't scripted it out. And typically I don't just script out what we say, I script out the shots as well so that we're able to do it in an order and actually have it go relatively quickly. But this time I at least have a general idea of how we're going to do it. And so hoping that we can get it taken care of in the morning. So that way is east. So in the morning when the sun comes up, we should get some good light on our set over here. So tonight is just campfires and Chromebooks. Rocky Mountain Mister is usually a somewhat willing participant of things, but in order to get the best out of him, I try and incentivize it for him.
Bribe.
No, I don't look at it as bribery. I look at it as payment for services rendered. I think we got a turkey vulture fell in these thorny thingies over here. It's not old sass. While we're sitting here tonight enjoying a campfire in the beautiful weather, audio only of Rocky Mountain Mister being young Backpacker Bob. And it was just in time, as a couple campsites over, we got ukulele playing around the campfire, and we just got a neighbor of families pulling close. So not sure how this shooting's gonna go in the morning. Well, it's the morning of shooting, and it's time to wake up young Backpacker Bob and his Murphy. All right, so Rocky Mountain Mister is in character to be Backpacker Bob. We're gonna start doing our shots here in a second. So far the campgrounds are quiet, so we need to take advantage of that and get to shooting. I'm not sure of the exact number, but we have upwards of around 10 shots to get done this morning, 3 of which don't need any audio, so even if it was noisy, we'd be okay. But the other ones are gonna need some audio, so let's get to work. All right, So we got the shot with bushcraft and the spoon. Now we're going for the making a bushcraft shelter shot. So we had to kind of throw something together real quick just to make it look like it. And then we'll come do the real shot that gets put in the video. So that was the shot of the bushcraft skills of making a shelter. I'm gonna head back up, and now it's time to get into the real shots. All right, it's interesting, but we've got a lot of the shots so far. Just got kind of 2 more. We're gonna do another mama joke, and then we gotta walk off through the forest in search of whatever the creepy noises have been. Ye faithful few, I am happy to report that campground stayed mostly quiet during our shooting. So we were able to get all the shots we needed. Rugged Mountain Mister did fantastic. So I'm looking forward to getting home, getting this footage downloaded, and putting together the Young Backpacker Bob video. And I also thought this little video here about how we go about doing a video like that might be somewhat interesting, just to know the time and the work that goes into making a video like that. So for Rugged Mountain Sister, for Young Backpacker Bob, for Rugged Mountain Dad, I want to thank y'all so much for watching, and you all have a great day.